make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
What if I told you that one group had relationships that ran the media gamut and could cross-promote your business accordingly? For a creative, solutions-driven approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
You're tuned in to Oldham County High School's basketball from Glycod.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Beck, and we are working on our signal as Collins is out in the middle of the hinterlands. Not only did I not see any horses, I didn't see any towers, and so we're right on the edge of our signal. And we are working with tech people to try to get that trying to get this set. But I think we've got something now, so we'll have to see how this works. We are up live, I'm told, and it's been spitting at our viewers, is what I'm told. So we've lowered it to the lowest level we can go and still be on the air. So hopefully we'll be able to limp through. Picture quality might not be as sharp as we normally have, but folks, sometimes you get out in these schools that are a newer school built out farther in the county, away from some of the development, and when you get away from those towers, the signal strength drops, and kind of where we're at. So if you're seeing it, we know, and we've done the best we can. But hey, you're seeing it, so that's good. Let's talk about this matchup, Gary. We had the coaches' interviews and had a chance to hear from them. Anything about keys for the game tonight? And we do want our listeners to know keys brought to you by the Vaughn Pettit Legal Group. The Vaughn Pettit Legal Group is a 4 decades of experience in legal representation. You can visit them at vplegalgroup.com. What about the keys for these teams tonight?
Well, let's look at Collins first. 15-11 record. Don't have great size. And talking with Coach Rogers, he emphasized they can't afford to be in a half-court game. Usually with teams with size, they just grind them up inside. So you can look for them to try to get the ball out and go up-tempo. Your problem is if you want to get it out and go, you got to rebound it first. And their lack of size sometimes will present that as a problem. So if they're rebounding well, they're going to be able to get the ball out and go, playing up-tempo. That'll be their game plan. As far as North Oldham, they've got one player they play around. They've seen a lot of different defenses. That's Riley Neal, averages 22 a game, 8 rebounds. Very unselfish player. But we saw him 2 weeks ago where they hardly used her because she was double and triple teamed. They relied on the 3 that game against South Oldham. Came away an upset winner and hit 14 threes for the game. So they're probably a little more well-rounded and able to do different things. And I think it's an emotional game tonight on senior night. As we were talking about earlier, you sometimes never know which kids are going to show up. And sometimes you're playing seniors that haven't contributed a lot, and some of them have the game of their lives, and some of them have a game they'd rather forget.
Well, both teams have finally made it here. One of the advantages, or I should say disadvantages, of 6 o'clock start time, especially when there's a little bit of travel involved, is the North Oldham girls just arrived or just took the court moments ago, and that kind of messes with your schedule, doesn't it?
It really does. In a perfect world, a lot of teams would rather start at 6:30, but then the problem is that puts you a half hour late getting home. And on maybe weekends, that's not a bad thing, but during school nights, you want to get kids home as soon as possible, so they have the 6 o'clock start. Another problem you have to encounter, and I know personally from this, having worked in the Oldham County system, you don't get your bus to bring your team here until the buses have dropped off their students from schools. And Oldham is one of the later starting schools. And as a result, they don't get out till late, sometimes 4, a little after. And that means they won't get their bus for a while.
Well, that created a little bit of a situation for them to get here. But they're here now. They're warming up. And as the clock indicates, they're about 10 minutes, 11 minutes away from tip-off, should things continue to roll as we expect. We'll go ahead and take another break. We'll come back and kind of take a look at the starting lineups as we understand them and more. Got some solid players here, including one of the best girls in the area.
Well, supposedly 2 of the best girls. One was Player of the Year last year, and one of them is up and coming.
Well, we'll talk about who they are right after this. You're watching Glycod's coverage.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is...
Lawyers of Von Pettit Legal Group have over 60 years' experience helping people all over Kentucky solve their legal problems. We are a full quickly and effectively. Located in Pewee Valley, you can reach us at 502-243-9797 and at www.
For this Collins rebuilt team.